Hello people, welcome back to the channel. In this one it's going to be a video from Immortal Minds, and it's going to be about pair bonding, and fundamentally that is the crucial thing for a proper healthy relationship where a man and a woman can bond. Okay, and the purer the woman, the easier she is to bond with. I'm not saying it's perfect, but that is ideal. So the bottom line is, in the first half, I'm going to play the second half of the video. The first half, he basically explained that women who sleep around will inevitably, say it's 20 guys, 30 guys, there will always be that one guy that she's got a bond with, that she truly liked, but for whatever reason it never worked out. Maybe he had too many options and he was a Chad, and he was like a guy that was just unattainable for her because he had all the options and she just never got selected. But one way or another, if a woman has slept around, she will more than likely have a bond with one guy. So you have to bear that in mind when you get with a woman. And furthermore, in this second half of the video, the bit I'm going to play, he explains that there's women who sleep around that much, that they get that damaged, that they can't even bond to any guy. They're so irreputably damaged. Sad reality, and that's the sad reality. Sad reality. So let's watch the video and you'll see what I'm saying.
But then you gotta understand this. There are some women you'll get to or you'll meet and they're not bonded to anybody. Right? What do you mean, soul? You just said that every woman you meet over 25, 30, give or take, is bonded to somebody. Right? And that's true. But you gotta understand that if a woman is in these streets and she's just messing with man after man, jumping from relationship to relationship, letting this dude smash on Tuesday, this dude smash on Thursday, this dude smash on Saturday. You have to understand, man, that at some point, she's going to be so disturbed on the inside, she isn't going to be able to attach to anybody. In other words, she's going to be attached to everybody. And that's when we're talking about, this Medusa energy and all that kind of stuff. And again, I'm not even having a conversation of a woman being a bad woman or a sour woman. I'm not even having that conversation. I'm just strictly talking about the science of what's going on. You have to understand, there are some women, that can make a conscious effort to come in your life and love you, take care of you, cater you. They can make a conscious effort to do that. But you gotta understand, man, that these women are just flags in the wind. These women are operating on I would say operating out of a full hypergamous state. Once you get to the point where you can't attach to anybody, you're in a full hypergamous state, which again,
yeah. And so what happens there is, when a woman's in a full hypergamous state, she's really looking for outward things, like materialistic things, resources, roller coaster of emotions, the ups, the downs. She's not looking for a good guy to bond with. She's not looking for a man who can treat her right and be good to her, because once a woman gets so damaged, she gets used to treatment of an emotional roller coaster where it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So if you try and come into a woman's life and have a peaceful life and bring peace to it, she will reject that. Because if a woman is conditioned to going through her life, going with all different types of guys, there is no stability in that. So this is where a lot of guys go wrong, trying to bring a stable life to a chaotic woman. It will never work. It's not worth your time, because like I said, if a woman is not pure, she will never be peaceful.
A woman like that is in a relationship, but the first man that comes and shows attention, the first man that shows a dollar bill, the first man that pulls up in something shiny, the first man that takes her to a different restaurant, he's getting that attention. And it's not that she desires to be like that. It's just that a woman gets to a certain point where she can't attach to a man. You gotta understand, if a woman can't on a physical, chemical level attach to you.
So to keep it simple, just take for instance a bit of sticky tape. When you stick it the first time, it works. Yeah, so if you use it the first time and it sticks, that's great. But if you take that bit of sticky tape off and you put it on again, doesn't quite work. And then you take it off and try and put it on again, it starts to not have a bond, right? And then you keep doing that, and if you keep doing that, it gets to a point where it cannot stick. It will not stick. It's used and it's done. And that's the sad reality of a woman's purity in her pair bonding.
Bro, that's the most dangerous situation you can find yourself in. That's a dangerous. And again, I spoke on this some time ago, man. I spoke on this some years ago. Back in the Red Pills. I'll see if I think that video's still up. I'm not sure if it's saved or if it's blocked out. I'll leave a link to that video where I was speaking about. This is what I was speaking about. In 2004, there was a study conducted after a strand of male DNA was found in the brain of a woman. Now, scientists had no idea how it got there, but after examining over 120 women, they discovered that when a woman is pregnant with a male child and gives birth to a male child, the part of his DNA remains in her body forever. Now, what baffled the doctors is that women who were included in the study that didn't have male children, or women in the study that had never been pregnant at all, still had this male DNA inside of them. So doctors were pretty much at a loss. It was ultimately discovered, man, that the DNA found in these women's body was from their previous sexual partners.
So that lets you know just another angle of how it's not good. The women who sleep around retain the DNA from other men. That in itself is repulsive. That in itself is just not what you want. So do yourself a favour. If a woman has a past and she's slept around, do not entertain it. Do not cuff it. Do not wife it. It will only lead to you forever chasing your tail until she decides that she's wanting to monkey branch to another guy. You will never make a woman like that happy. She's damaged. You know, and it's like, like I said, once that purity and that bond is gone, that woman is no longer wifey material. That's it. Like
this was crossing my mind. It was on my mind heavy for a minute on why I was kind of like researching on why women's mentality would change. Like a lot of women will move a certain way and do a certain thing or have certain character traits. And I was just trying to dig into it, man. And I came across the story of Medusa, right? And if you look at the story of Medusa, man, it's talking about a woman that was like virtuous and moved a certain way, but she got violated, man. And this man's energy got into hers and she just kind of changed into something else. And I came across this young lady's video, man. There was this young lady, I can't remember her name or link or anything, but I came across this video and this young lady was talking about, I think she was saying how she went like so much time abstinent. Either that, no, I don't think she was saying she was a virgin. I think she just went like maybe years and just like, hey, you know what? I was just moving a certain way. And she said, I got with this guy and we connected. And she said things in my body started changing. She said the way I started thinking and everything changed, right?
So if you think about that, right, just take that example. This woman met one guy who she said it completely changed her. So that's one guy, right? So just imagine how damaging it becomes to the woman and you getting in a relationship with the woman when it's not one guy, two guys, three guys, four guys, five guys, six guys, seven guys, 8 guys, 9 guys, 10 guys, 11 guys, 12 guys, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50. So like I said, it's just accumulating damage. And the more a woman sleeps around, the more damaged she becomes. And then the end result, she's unhappy. You cannot keep that woman happy because she's damaged. She is literally a lost cause when it comes to a relationship. It's impossible. She is so emotionally damaged. Like I said, you cannot pair bond with her. The whole point in a relationship is that you can bond, like stick together, become one. But if a woman has been with multiple men, that's literally impossible because her bonding ability is fried. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's as simple as that. She might still want to have fun in the bedroom. She might still like the idea of relationships. But fundamentally, that thing that you cannot get back, the purity and the bonding, is gone. That's it. So you have to be aware of that.
And I made a video on that, and I linked her video to my video. And the thing is, back then, you got to understand, man, red pill guys back then, man, man, they went to this girl's video, and she had a small channel. They went to this girl's video and just started just dogging her out. My subscribers. And she ended up taking the channel. I'm taking the video off. And I believe she at some point deleted her channel, man. But she was giving so much game. She was just breaking down what was taking place inside of her life, inside of her thoughts, inside of her ability to even be attracted to other men. So you gotta understand, man, like we talk about this, we talk about sex like it's all to the good, like, and I hate to have the conversation like men and women are different, but you gotta understand when your woman has been in a situation and she's been intimate with a number of men, bro, you could, y'all can love, y'all can jump brooms, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all can have 30 kids, and you got to understand that woman on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, she can't be yours.
So in essence, if you've met a woman and you're in your 30s, your 40s, everything might seem good, but going on her past, if she's slept around, there's a good chance that she's bonded with a guy on a much higher level, but for one reason or another it never worked out, and more likely than not he seen red flags in her and let her go. But she will forever see that guy as the marker of what she really wants, so you'll never live up to that, and that's the bottom line. So this is the problem with women who sleep around. You're pretty much competing with other men who have been in her life because there's multiple men. And the less men, the less chance that the more pure she is. The less men, the higher chance that she's pure, clearly. And that means that you can have a future and a more stable foundation. But if you're trying to build a foundation with a woman who has got a historical past of sleeping around, that is not a good bet and not a safe foundation. It might seem good, but at some point it'll crack and she'll monkey branch and leave you. That's the reality. So the bottom line is, a woman who sleeps around will always probably have that one guy who she prefers, but it never worked out. And then what, you're going to come along and be the sucker that gives her the kids, the provider, and be nice and say, I'll provide you with a cozy little life, babe, and and then all of a sudden that guy comes back in the picture who she really wants, and she will leave you. There's a high chance she will just leave you, kids and all. It happens. You try to tell me you never heard of these stories where a woman just ups and leaves her family for another guy? It happens. So you've got to be very wary. And I would honestly strongly advise guys, do not get serious with women who have slept around. It is just a bad bet all round. Nothing good is going to come from that. Trust me, nothing good is going to come from trying to get a serious relationship going with a woman who has slept around.
And I'll be honest, man, a lot of relationships we see nowadays, man, it's a lot of times what we're seeing is just a lot of people go through the motion of what we think relationships supposed to be like. We're doing things we think we should do and acting how we think we should act, when really it's all It's all an act. It's all an act because I'll say this. The desires that a man has for a woman, things he wants to do for a woman, the desires that a woman has that she wants to do for a man and all that, it's natural. It's natural. Like we shouldn't even be having conversations about, oh, a man should protect and provide and be a certain way. When a man has a connection with a woman, a man will give his life to protect and provide for a woman. When a woman has a connection with the man, she'll give her life to cater to this man, to make this world easier. But then,
so that's the reality. That is what a true bond is. And that's why we don't see that nowadays. We don't see a woman who just wants a man for him. You know, it's unrealistic expectations, and it's all about money, material things. That's not love. We see all these women saying, I want 6 figures, 6 foot at least, 6 inches, all this crazy carry on, 6-pack. It's insanity, and that shows you that these women are damaged. They are not pure. A pure woman does not think of that. A pure woman loves a man for him. That is what love is. It's not about money. Yeah, the guy needs to be able to provide and protect. Okay, but he doesn't need to be a millionaire, 6'5", and all of this craziness. A woman loves a man for him, and a man loves a woman for her. That is what a relationship is. Not money, finances, all of this leading with your wallet. That's what you call being a trick. That's what you call a woman looking for business, not love. That's the sad reality of modern women. It's all about the material things, the exterior, because their internal is dead, And
we have women getting online saying, well, I ain't doing this stuff for no man. A man need to bring, $500,000 to the table. A man need to be having private jets. Somewhere there's a man that if it don't matter if he's homeless, he's had that bond with your woman. Your woman will be in heaven and earth to.
Facts. So what it is women say this because they're looking for business, right? That's a business move. They want the man with the most money, most resources, because that is a woman's fundamental nature is greed. And it really is. It's selfishness and greed in this day and age. But if a woman is primarily attracted to a man, none of that matters. If she is attracted to a man, that's it. Primal. And so she could be saying, oh, the man's got to have 6 figures, a private jet, be a millionaire, whatever. But that all goes out the window if she's attracted to a man physically, primarily. So like I'm saying, she could get the guy who's a millionaire, she could get the guy who's maybe, got the jets or whatever, but if she meets the butler and she thinks, and he triggers something in her primarily, she'll sleep with the butler. That's the reality of women and their nature.
Cater to that man because she's spiritually bonded. So you gotta understand the strength of what I'm talking about, man. You got to be aware of who your woman is bonded with. Because again, you might wake up and find yourself in a relationship with a beautiful woman, kind-hearted woman, kind spirit woman. Y'all have kids, man. Y'all build a house. Y'all are raising your kids. Your kids are getting out of school. And it's like, man, we finna run the world. We finna just live our life. And next thing you know, Jody from 8th grade, Jody from college, Junebug and them she met at the club in East Texas back in 94. Crosses her at the mall, crosses her feed. Or you see them out and about. You got to understand all that you've built over your 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 6-month relationship. But it's on the brinks. Just because she'll do whatever it takes to get back in that man's life, even if it's for 5 minutes. And again, and I'll say it like this, man, it's more common than you think. Like the woman in your life, a lot of the women in your life are having full flings with another man. And when I say full flings, meaning he's aware of you. She's not trying to leave you. She's not trying to leave the kids. But somebody somewhere can call her up and say, hey, you know what? In 3 weeks, meet me in Vegas. Hey, this evening when you get out of work, meet me down at the coffee shop. Meet me at the hotel lobby. That's more common than you think. So
and you have to understand that women operate, right? They've got two types, fundamentally. The guys who they are completely primally attracted to and who blow their minds and who blow their backs out and who give them that absolute creme de la creme crack experience, like the crack of attraction, you know. And then they have the guy who's safe, provides for them as an emotional support, you know. So you've got the guy who's supportive and pretty much her little cushion. But then you've got the guy who she will drop everything for to get that crack experience, that high that the cushion, the little comfy guy, the provider cannot give her. She's looking for that extreme emotional dose of crack from the guy who she deems the highest bar, the highest level. The guy that she's either bonded with or a guy that she's got an extreme crush on primally, who she is just like, oh my, I want a bit of that. She will leave the guy that's her little emotional support buddy and her provider, or she will walk all over the top of him, you know, just to get that little fix of extreme high primal attraction and bit of fun.
A lot of times there are women in your life that they don't want to leave you. They want you to be there the whole time. You're the safe guy. They understand that the guy that they're bonded with, that guy doesn't even want anything with. That guy may even be married himself. You gotta understand, man, that bond is real. And again, I'm not even having a conversation, man, like these women, they 304s. I'm talking about the way God made us now, man. You can't fight what God made. You know what I'm saying? Like to not understand what I'm talking about is to not understand what a true union is. I like on the movie and even once I understood this, I saw this in the movie Avatar, the first one. I didn't see the movie Avatar, man, until it was old by the time I saw it. Like it was old. And I remember this scene, man, where him and a girl were talking, you know, they were kind of going out, vibing, picking flowers and yada, 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 and all this stuff. And once they decided to get intimate, you know, in that movie, and when they were intimate, they kind of took their tails and put their tails together. Like once the dude and the chick put their tail together, there was something that took place that it was over with. Meaning any man that came in her life after that could never get that. Could never get that. So that's what I'm talking about. That bond that a man and woman get on a certain level, man. It's a real thing, man. And we can sit here and play the game like life can carry on and relationships can be healthy and all this stuff. It's not real. It's not real. If the woman you're connected with is bonded on some level with some other man, what you have is not real. Not saying that the effort isn't there, not saying that the desire for it to be real isn't there, but it's not real.
The reason why I knew I needed to get a divorce was because I have a crystal clear memory of me having with my husband and thinking about this other guy and me knowing in that moment I have to divorce him because if I don't get out of this marriage, I'm going to cheat on him. I'm going to try to find this. And I know that's really up, but I didn't want to be a cheater.
It's not. That's happened to me too.
So there you go. If you want to entertain a woman who has slept around, do it at your own peril. But the chances of a woman who has slept around being loyal, faithful and loving you and bonding with you is slim to none if she's slept around. And there's always going to be that guy from her past, if she's in a hypergamous nature, because she slept around and she's monkey branching to monkey branch to monkey branch, there's a chance that you are running the risk of being left broken-hearted, divorced, bankrupt, kids took off you, because fundamentally these women are not able to form a proper bond with you. It's a superficial one. It's a forced one. Whether it be for security or a financial reason, it's not for love. And if it's not for love, and you know that woman is just wanting resources from you, it's never going to be real. It's always going to be superficial. The only real true relationship you can have is when the woman unconditionally wants you for you. It doesn't matter about your finances or whatever. That's the reality. So the more a woman sleeps around, the less likelihood by the time you get her that you are going to bond properly. And that's just a reality. So until the next time, take it easy and peace.